I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you
Greetings technicians, this is Admin Crow here, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, bringing you another team builder for the TDL, the Technician Dream League. I believe we're in week 8 right now. There's only 2 or 3 more weeks of the regular season, and then hopefully at this rate we're not guaranteed playoffs yet, but we should be able to clinch playoffs with our score and differential. But I still want to win the remaining battles of the season. So yeah, this week we're going to be taking on one of my good friend Tommy, aka YXJ, aka the coach of the Sleepy Willows. So let's see what the Raptors have in store for him. So first up, we have Tapu Koko coming back once again, packing the choice scarf with the nickname Kaminari. Of course, nice My Hero reference once again. The choice scarf is mainly to outrun the Aerodactyl, and the movesets are the Mega Aerodactyl, and I guess his roster, Tommy's entire roster, and his team should appear to the right by now. My moves are U-Turn, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, and Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is there for stab, obviously. Grass Knot is there for the gas slowdown. Dazzling Gleam is to hit the Como O, and U-Turn is for momentum. I don't need a Volt Switch, as he does have 2 ground type and a electric type immunity Thunderous Therian via his Volt Absorb ability. So I would like to get momentum without losing momentum. Obviously, I'm choice scarfed. That's why I have U-Turn over Volt Switch. So the EVs are just max HP and max special attack with a modest nature. I don't need to. I'll run everything else with a scarf, anyways. So that was my idea there. And up next, we have Shinji the Electivire forming a dual electric core with Coco coming back once again, packing the Assault Vest. This thing is mainly here to handle the Thunderous Therian, as it is one of his Z captains. With this set, I guarantee to not get 2-hit KO by any hits he wants to go for. The EV spreads are timid nature with just enough speed to outrun a speed boosting nature Aerodactyl at +1, and obviously I outspeed everything else below that, such as the Thunderous Therian and Greninja, etc. And the rest in special attack and HP help me take the hits better. The special attack is there for all my moves, I guess. Mostly I guess the Hidden Power Grass, Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt. The special attack investment helped me hit the Gastrodon a little bit better. It's a 2-hit KO. I actually didn't do the calc until I actually battled him, but thankfully it was a 2-hit KO on a defensive pivot Gastrodon, and just the resting HP obviously helped me to take any special hits from the Thunderous. And if I need to, this thing can also take hits from the the lizard thingy, Salazzle, if I want to. But this thing is primarily to act as a switch into that Thunderous Therian, and potentially take a Z electric move. The Rock Tomb is there for the Aerodactyl. At -1, obviously, it's the same as me getting a +1. I'll be able to outspeed that, and well, I guess sort of the same. Anyways, and Volt Switch is there for momentum. Grass Knot is obviously for the Gastrodon, and Thunderbolt is for general stab. Up next, we have Milo, the Zygarde 10% coming for the first time actually after I made the transaction. I did drop Hawlucha with I guess in trade for lower tier 3 pick Zygarde 10%, as I don't really need Hawlucha on my team, since with my playing style I believe Hawlucha is a little bit too linear, and if I run any set Buzz Sword Stance, it doesn't hit hard enough for me. Anyways, I am packing a choice band on Milo this week with the moveset Thousand Arrow, Extreme Speed, Rock Slide, and Outrage. Outrage is there to click once I get rid of his Fairy, as he might bring his Steel type, which is the Cobalion and or the Alolan Ductrio. I don't think the Ductrio is gonna come if he has Cobalion as his Steel type. However, if he does come, it actually have a really good matchup against my team. But I can always go Gungnir the Celesteela. As you can see, I am bringing this week on that thing. So it was the Tapu Koko set I'm bringing completely. Actually, it's even more problematic because I'm choice scarfed. Anyways, extreme speed is there for the Salazzle primarily, and for the Aerodactyl, I can just weaken that thing with all my other members. As I am bringing the dual electric pressure for that, and it doesn't do too much to my Gungnir, the Celesteela. As you guys will be able to see my set on that thing a little bit later. It's primarily to take on the Aerodactyl as well. And Thousand Arrow is just there for, because it's Zygarde. If you guys don't know what it does, it actually knocks down the opponent. So it's basically a neutral hit against everything but grass and bug type, which I guess is something that Tommy's team lacks. I don't think he has a bug type. I could be wrong. He traded away his Mega Beedrill, so I don't think he has a bug type, and I don't think he have a grass type. So Thousand Arrow literally have no switching. If I so decide to go with that, I just have to weaken to his team to a point where I can clean up with Thousand Arrow or Extreme Speed. So the EV spread here is I have to run a Jolly Nature, as I actually don't outspeed a speed boosting nature Thunderous with an Adamant Nature. I think I was slower than that by 2 points, so I opt to go with a Jolly Nature. So I EV this thing to outrun a speed boosting nature Cobalion with max attack and resting HP. So I can just hit that thing up with a Thousand Arrow if he switch into my E-Speed or Rock Slide. But I guess I'm banded, so just be able to outrun his Cobalion and be able to click Thousand Arrow more freely in the late game. And up next, we have Todoroki the Kieran Black coming back once again with Electrum Z. The Terravolt ability actually allows me to break through his Volt Absorb with his Thunderous. I believe this thing, with the Electrum Z, I believe it's almost a one-hit KO on a regular Thunderous Therian. So that's going to be a little bit of a surprise factor over there. His team, I believe, consists of 3 flying types, or 4 flying types, and 3 grass type. So electric type is actually really good against this team. As you can see, I am bringing the dual electric core on top of Electrium Z Kieran Black. So that's a game plan this week. Try to break his team with my electric spam, and try to weaken his team to a point where Mashark or Milo can clean up. So the moves are Substitute, Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, and Home Claws. Home Claws is not really all that good this week, but I haven't been bringing an entire season, and I really want to try out a Home Claws Z Fusion Bolt under electric terrain. That's going to do so much damage, and I figured this week will be a good opportunity to bring it, in a sense that his team is very weak to electric, but it's also not very good in a sense that I lose out the coverage, the dragon coverage or the ground coverage. But I guess that's something I guess I have to rock with if I want to try to bring some offense, right? And try out something that I haven't tried before. And then the movesets, as you guys can see here, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I'll go over it again. It's Substitute, Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, and Home Claws. And yeah, Fusion Bolt, as I mentioned before, is there for electric spam, and Ice Beam is there for general stab and be able to hit the Gastrodon for neutral damage. And the Substitute is to be able to take advantage of his fat, mainly the Gastrodon and his Alola Mola, be able to set up a sub and play accordingly. However, though, I don't have recovery on this thing this week. I don't have leftovers or roost, so I have to really be wary of rocks or just letting my Kieran Black gets worn down too quickly in the early game. So that's something I have to be careful with. And the EV spread, I believe the speed is to outrun a speed boosting nature Como-O by 1 point, and the rest in attack, because I wanna be able to nuke something as hard as I can with my Electrum Z, and a little bit, I guess, some HP investment to help me set up the sub. And then up next we have Mashark the Sharpedo, packing the Sharpedo Knight obviously, and the ability speed boost with the moves Poison Jab, Liquidation, Ice Fan, and Aqua Jet. As you can see, this week I am not packing Protect on Sharpedo, as I actually do need all the coverage. Poison Jab is for his fairies, mainly the Tapu Fini, and the liquidation is there for just general stab, and to be able to click against Salazzle and Thunderous T and the Aerodactyl is just my best way to hit his entire roster for neutral damage. Ice Fan is there primarily for the flying types. Actually, I don't remember what the Ice Fan is for. I have to look into it again. Oh yeah, so I just looked at his roster. Ice Fan is literally only there for the Coma O. I guess I can also run Psychic Fan for that now I look at it. But anyways, Acrojet is there for the Aerodactyl, as I don't have Protect on this thing. I will be able to clean up the Aerodactyl or just a weakened Thunderous T or a Salazzle without having to Mega Evolve or rely on the speed boost. So the EV spread here is pretty straightforward as well, with max attack and an Adamant Nature with enough speed to outrun a speed boosting nature Aerodactyl at after I Mega Evolve, obviously at +1, and the rest in HP. Finally, we have Gungnir the Celesteela, packing the leftovers with the moves Leech Seed, Protect, C-Bomb, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide simply because his roster consists of 3 flying types, so it's just a very good general move to click. And C-Bomb is there for his water types, mainly the Gastrodon and Alola Mola. As this thing can come in on those 2 all day and just click Leech Seed or without having to reveal the C-Bomb. And the Protect is there help me get back more health with the leftovers. And the Leech Seed, obviously, as I mentioned before, is for his fat. And this thing switched in pretty well to his Stoutland as well, as he doesn't really do too much back even with a banded variant. For the EV spreads, I do have max HP and max defense, and just 8 points in special defense to act as primarily as a switch into the Aerodactyl and he's fat pretty much. As this thing gets wrecked by Thunderous T and Salazzle anyways, so I have to play around it with the rest of my offense. So this week is pretty much hyper offense again, so with defensive Celesteela. So it's either gonna work very well or very poorly. Sorry about that, I had a phone call. But yes, that's gonna be it for the team. I did end up changing something last minute. I replaced, I think I had, whatchamacallit, the mushroom thing. Oh god, I haven't bring it all season. Now I can't even remember his name. But the mushroom thing on my roster. Anyways, I end up bringing Kieran Black instead because I want to be able to set up a sub against his fat and be able to pull off a Electrum Z, despite the fact that he has dual ground type and 1 electric immunity. So hopefully the Raptors pick up a W. We'll see you guys in the match. It's gonna be Admin Crow here signing off. Goodbye, technicians.